All right, I messed it up a little bit. I was supposed to be showing off my disdain. Something like this. So, anyways, this is my new headphone set that I got. I figured I'd buy something that wasn't as cheap. This is still fairly affordable. Didn't go super crazy. And the fact that I don't have a microphone right here is bothering the hell out of me. I'd rather have two microphones that I can either turn on and off or just both be there, and then I can put one up or down, than to have it just on the left. And you can see it doesn't flip, so I can't wear them the other way. Now, don't get me wrong. These are really comfortable. I didn't expect it. If you see, there's plenty of room in there. So my ear's not like super suffocated. It's soft. It's not like pleathery. So I don't like it's going to absorb some of the moisture that builds up there. If anything builds up, this is actually surprisingly comfortable to the point where I don't want this top piece here at all. I'm not sure what its actual purpose is. And there's little screws right here, so maybe I can take them out, take them off. I don't know. I'll have to see what it does to it. But what happened to my other headphones, I confirmed it because I was playing with it, is these are little cheap things. I need to just get USB headphones. Like this one's actually similar to this, but slightly better quality. The soldering in this went bad because I've actually had these before, and that's why I bought them, is because I actually like them. They're super comfortable. They do what I want them to do. They're simple. They're cheap. But because they're cheap, the soldering goes fairly quickly. And this is a really long cord, which I like. But at the same time, I've got to manage it and make sure the cats don't rip out. Because that's the biggest problem I've had with the cords on headphones. Is the cats will just run by and rip through the cord, and either breaks the plug or it rips it out of the socket, or that happens. But these came in today, and I'm always impressed with how much cats like a new box. Immediately, like, they came and investigated, and they sat in it, and they're like, "This is my box. I am queen of the box." And then they left the box, and they're doing things, and I put the little bags of air they used to pack things with on the ground, and we've got one cat investigating it right now. She's got on a line next to it, sniffing at it. She pawed at it a little bit. I think she's going to chew it before anything else happens. I'm waiting to hear that explosion in the middle of the night. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was talking about grandma, and I realized the armoire thing over here that I got for a wardrobe, which is kind of half meeting its purpose right now. I'll figure it out eventually. But I did need something. So even if I cut it off at the bottom of where the TV is supposed to go, I think it'll be all right. I did realize I was shorted drawers for this. There's supposed to be two more drawers there. I've only got the top set. But I'm using the bottom one as a shoe rack, or one of those is a shoe rack anyways, so it doesn't matter. And all my stuff that I had in my old plastic dresser fits in the one drawer, so it's like, all right. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I think I'm going to end up, I may take the top of it and cut away the middle section, but keep the top and then attach to the bottom of the top section. I don't know. It's probably confusing, but so right there below where the wood is at the top, I'm going to keep that bit and then just attach that to the right above where the drawer is. And that might be a way to go. I don't know. I'm weirdly impressed. Like I got talking with somebody about Battle Princesses because I just got in my head. I think it's probably my most marketable project that I've got. The concept is to take like Disney princesses as characters similar to like Penny Arcade or what's the other one? I don't remember. But similar to Penny Arcade, where so you have someone like out that you can use their power every turn. But I wanted a deck builder that had a little bit more permanence to it, where you add things to the field and you do things from the field, and then everything flows back to the deck. So I'm kind of combining those two concepts, and I'm really working to make it happen. I'm in the process of doing a cost sheet so that kitty in a box. I can balance out like how much everything costs. I think if I do that, I got some good feedback. I just need to hammer out some details and then maybe get like a print and play going. But I'm talking to an artist as stupidly nervous just because I'm a broken person in this regard. I am about talking to her. I reached out to an artist I know via the internet. And like we have a light internet relationship. We're not like close friends, but I got the nerve up to actually ask her about it, and she seemed open to the idea, and she seemed open to doing it for the price point that I suggested, which I don't think it's fair to her, but it's the price point I need for now. If I ever get it off the ground, I'm going to throw money at her based on whatever I make. Provided she stays on, because we're still at the point where like she could do a couple and be like, I'm not doing this. It may just not be worth her time. But I'm hoping it'll be just like a couple little things, and then she's good. I don't want to spend hours upon hours on this, though. There is not a large set. There's a medium-sized set of cards to deal with. I think it came out to be 143. I can do math, promise you. Calculator. So 14 sets, 141. I don't know why I'm trying to do math. She's chasing a stationary string around the bag that could explode. I'm just waiting for that pop. So if you hear it, that's what's happening. She's jumping on the airbags. Oh, Kitty, I love you so much, but you're going to be in such a disappointment. So that would be wonderful. I could actually really get behind it if I get it flushed out a little bit. I don't know. I'll do a lot of the work ahead of time before I ever do any crowdfunding again. I think if I ever do crowdfunding again for a project, I'm going to get it all the way to where it needs to be manufactured or printed. And then I'm going to go from there. So I'm going to have all the card mock-ups done. I'm going to have everything I possibly can done. I'll try to print a playtest copy myself first. And in this case, I would actually have to print 14 individual sets, which is resource cards plus the sets, because the idea is that there are 14 Disney type princesses things, set franchises that I'm looking at, and then you have like the princess and then like a bunch of characters from her franchise in the deck. So you get some cutesy reference there, but I don't know. But and I'll go ahead and say this because it's semi-related here, but like I'm actually really surprised. Every day, like I seem to be bolstering relations with the weird girls and everything, and I only hope that continues to go well for me. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just a fan to them. It's you keep that certain level of distance, but I'm up, I'm aware, I'm on people's radar, which makes me nervous. Like not only in the like pretty girl that's retarded way, but in the sense like, oh my gosh, these are actually people who are acknowledging me as a person and not just like, oh, you're another one of our thousands of fans or whatnot. So it's good to do that because that's what I'm trying to reach out. There's no point on to reach out to celebrity type folk as anything other than a person. Like Bernie Burns, like I'll tweet at Bernie Burns on occasion. I swear to God, when he said on the podcast, he mentioned that they're not going to do a scientific specific podcast. I know I'm not the only person, but I tweeted directly at him right before that. Like I think it was the day before that. Like I was like, please do a not scientific podcast. Is what I said. And so I want that to be a thing so badly, but I know their bandwidth is limited. They're always looking for new things, but they've got to be able to do it properly. Because honestly, like I'm just trying to think of like if they just did the Mentos and Diet Coke thing, like that's what I want them to do. That'd be the first one I'd want them to do. If they said like, okay, you know what? How about you come on and do it over here? You direct it and everything, and put your money where your mouth is, and we'll see how it goes. Like I would come on, and I would do the Diet Coke versus Mentos thing, because if you drop a Mento in Diet Coke, it causes an exothermic reaction and explodes the Diet Coke into the air. But what happens if you add Diet Coke to Mento? Like you could do it a couple different ways. You could grind up the Mento and then pour different amounts of Diet Coke in. You have to see how many milliliters or whatnot before you start to get a reaction, and then before you have to get a certain reaction, because it seems like the Mentos are reacting to chemicals in the Diet Coke, which are then releasing more gas. So I'm not sure what it would do in small quantities of soda versus the candy. But that would be like the first major topic if we were going to do a small podcast like that. I mean, I'd love for them to just sit around and be like, hey, like here's a list of topics that you guys can talk about this hour. You don't have to get through all of them. And I think especially Bernie would have the attitude is like, well, we'll bust this. Let's try to get through all of them anyways, which would actually lend to less quality. But, I mean, you keep some reserve, whatever. But I think if they had a caveman science thing, I just think it would be a good idea. And I'd love to come in and do that. Maybe, I don't know. I think what would make that show work is the personality things. I don't think it's a show I could do on my own. And I'd have to get somebody else to have the discussions with. That's the problem with a lot of my ideas, is that they're large epic scale and they require groups of people, and I don't have groups of people to work with me on things. It's just the sad facts of it. But we'll have to see how it goes. Oh yeah. So like, continue the Weird Girls theme there. Chandler Baker. I don't know why I'm shy or shocked about it, but like she actually followed me back on Twitter. I was like, oh, why would she have done that? Maybe she just saw a couple of the other that had. I think there's a snowball effect after a certain point. She had tweeted something about like being proud of going to the grocery store, and I was like, oh, you're in Austin. I could have sworn like everybody does like Instacart and stuff, or does grocery deliveries, what I said. And she's like, oh, it's hella expensive. And I looked, and some of them are hella expensive. I didn't know. I thought people were being smarter about business. But the two that seem to be worth it are Instacart and Burpee. Like Burpee, you need $50 and then it's free delivery. Of course, tip your service people, but I think I accidentally did 20%, and that's 60. Math. 60 divided by 100 times 20. So I gave him like a $10. I should have given him 5. I didn't even get the stuff I really wanted. That's the thing, is if they can't find what you're looking for, and actually I think this is actually a good example. Pamela's things. There's different things. I didn't specify a box. So I got a bag. of things. Probably the best non-fresh baked cookies I've ever eaten. Oh yeah, so like I actually did a little bit of research and found that out. I also got caught up on Wells Fargo SurePay, which I've done Chase Quick Pay before. So SurePay works basically the same way that works if you're familiar with it. You can actually designate a different user or email address in their database, and it'll send a transfer email to that email address or phone number, whatever it is, and then it will, or they can get it and enter the confirmation codes to their account to get it registered, and then like we just have a method that they end up taking the middleman and shortcutting it for us. I tested it out on myself, and I don't know if it's designed for that to actually go to the same account. So we'll see how long that takes. If it happens at all, I may have just lost $20. But it's free, so there's that. Hopefully it'll not be so bad. But I'm looking forward to having that. Oh yeah, I went to the dentist today. I remember saying on Sunday and Monday, that would be my thing, but my teeth look nice and clean. Yay. God, what's wrong? Okay, so anyone who's looking at my face and you see like this corner or this corner's out to the side, and this corner's right here, my muscles in my face don't work like your muscles in your face work, apparently. Not only do I have extra motors here that I don't always have here. We noted that like when I was in high school, as an example of stroke, they picked me at random or because I was just talkative and involved at the time. I was like, I'm actually a really bad choice because if I seize up like this, I don't have the things there, so you can't tell whether or not I've had a stroke, or maybe I have a stroke right now, and sometimes the blockage clicks. I don't know what it is. I think it's a nerve thing. I don't think it's a blood vessel thing. Because sometimes I can get it, but this is telling me that I'm not doing something right. I got to relax and do it right. And the girl was beautiful. That was there, and that's not the point. But it's nice when you meet someone who's actually nice and good at their job and talented is my point there. And she was so sweet because I was feeling really self-conscious about all the crap she had to clean out of me, and she was like, "No, it's awesome. I love it." So it's good to meet someone who loves their job. And obviously she's engaged. So like, but it's just really nice that she kind of put me at ease because I was super apprehensive about going there in the first place, and then like that she managed to relax me a little bit on that, and then it was just there. And it's, if you've ever gone to a dentist and like you've had female dental assistants, like their breasts are kind of around your head and your face, and it's like, oh, look at that drop ceiling, that's some interesting patterns there. So like I was trying to be really respectful. Like there was only a couple times where like she brushed or pressed into me, and I'm just kind of like, keep your mouth open, because that was the other thing. I kept feeling like I was closing up on her. And then you got to figure out what to do with your tongue, and then like there's just some cases where it's like I can't see anything but her. Oh, look at that neck. And it's not like I was like neck. It was just like if I stare at her mask, it's like I'm staring at her mouth, which is weird for both of us, especially because she's wearing a mask. I'm not going to look at her eyes, especially because occasionally like it would hurt, and I just go, oh. It felt like she'd clean some of the outside, and then she'd get to the gum, especially in between where it's all fucked up, and like it would feel like a knife, and I would actually feel a mixture of pain and relief because like it hurt. It felt, I was like, oh, when she started using a knife, but like that's how you know they did it right, because they got it out of the sensitive areas, and my mouth doesn't feel like a mouth that hurts a lot. We hooked up. Not only do I have a broken tooth back here, but apparently I got some decay, and I think that's because of the broken tooth. Honestly, it let some shit get in there over the past couple of months. Yeah, this is great professional etiquette for a camera too. This actually feels really good. I'm not doing cocaine. My gums are still sensitive. I haven't had an abscess in a while, so there's that. And none of my teeth are loose. That was what I was really afraid of. Is I don't know, you reach back there and you're like, is this where it should be? But they're gonna try to fix this, keep it from being a dead tooth or getting it or having to have it removed. Fucking dentist, I'll do that. I'll rip it out. And I'll cry for a month because I can't stitch up my own mouth. But I'm probably going to end up, they're going to change out the fillings. They're going to do a cement filling instead of the aluminum I got going on in there. Oh, all right, you can see. You can totally see where my tooth is broken. That's the one that behind it that's all fucked. So like I was trying to eat today and it's like my mouth won't be a mouth. I've ate anyways, it's just I ran a couple of portions where it's like I gotta quit. So I've got a little bit of pizza left. It was actually surprisingly soft because I don't do cheese. And it's a deep dish, so like it's thick enough. When you reheat it, it got kind of doughy. Not doughy, but like soft, like dough does. So there's that. I don't know. It's now I just want to look at my mouth more. But so it hurts that my mouth isn't a mouth. But I've got to return to strength on flossing because I was very irregular. I'd still floss. Like I got a thing of floss there that's like half empty. It's not like I don't floss ever, but like I apparently don't floss very well. I don't floss frequently enough. I need to go back to brushing at least twice a day. They gave me a soft brush because my gums are sensitive. But I've got like a medium that I already think is too soft. I think that's what I need to do. I need like as soon as my gums go back to feeling a little bit better, I think I actually need to go to a hard brush. And if I bleed from my gums again, then that's just me doing the right thing. Because that's why I switched away, because it's happening so often. I'm just not smart enough to piece together that means that like you've got things wrong with your teeth and you actually need to do that. I just thought, I must have sensitive gums. It's the same reason like why I'm letting this monstrosity happen. Sorry, just had like an intense moment of self-pity there. But the whole reason this monstrosity is happening is because like it hurts my face to shave a lot. So I was like, let me try this out. I haven't tried to do this in a while. So I'm actually trying to like let it grow out and hit it with clippers on like a 1/16 or something and let it get full. And so that it'll grow out a little bit even. I think I'm at the 1/16 now, so I'll probably go to like the 1/8 or whatever it is here in a week or two. But my hair is all crazy and the beard doesn't grow in the right direction, probably because of the muscle things I was trying to demonstrate earlier, and I literally wish I could show you what it looks like when it works. But it hits down here. It's not even like, I don't even think it's my face doing it right. I think it's my chest like compensating and pulling something, another muscle. It's daisy chaining muscle. And I still can't get used to this mirror thing. Like if I flip it back right now, it's gonna fuck with me. But now I can go, yay, stage right, stage left. I'm sorry, stage left, stage right, and I'm still messed up because now it's stage left, stage right. And I know that, but like your brain just can't always compensate for it when you're looking in a camera versus a mirror. But I've got some From Dusk Till Dawn to watch. I got to clean the cat box tonight. That's got to happen. So if you're watching this, great. Do your thing. Have a good night. I may be old, but this is about my bedtime. 9:30 Eastern. I'm an old man. You're just going to retire me. That'd be fantastic if I could win the lottery and retire. Shit. If I won the lottery, I'd never work so hard in my life. I don't know what people think they would do if they won the lottery. But if you see this and you get this far, leave your lottery plan in the comments. Let me know. Till next time. Bye-byes.